Thank you, Susan. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate all your attention. I promise I will be only a few minutes to wrap up. And before I begin, Elizabeth has reminded me to say the following two things. With the surveys, with regard to them, please just leave them on the table. We'll collect them when the event is done. And the lanyards that you're wearing, please leave them at the registration table. We find that within a couple days, they just find everyone's garbage can, and we want to reuse them for more patient-family conferences down the road. So before I begin, I just want to also thank everybody here at Mass General, all of our sponsors and our donors for helping put on this terrific event. I mean, I'm going to talk for a few minutes about three main things, and that's family, commitment, and teamwork. It really shouldn't have been called Past, Present, and Future, but that was the title. They asked me to come up with a title for this a long time ago. So I want to take a few minutes to introduce you to my family. My wife, Rachel. Those are my kids, Josh and Julia. Many of you know that we dropped Josh off for college yesterday for his freshman year, so if I start weeping uncontrollably within the next minute or two, you'll have to bear with me. These are our dogs, Ringo and Molly. I didn't think that was going to be the reaction. And this is my second family. And I really mean it. Susan, Gina, Pat, Elizabeth, Bethany, Marcia, everyone at the CMTA truly has become like a second family to me. Everybody on the board of directors, everybody on the advisory board, all the support group leaders around the country, and all the Facebook people. My wife is a real active Facebooker within the CMTA community. And so all these Facebook people that we interact with on pretty much a daily basis on the CMTA's social media platforms have all become family as well. And the big thing is that we're part of this family that's in this fight together. These are some other people on the advisory board, and you're going to see some pictures of us having good times, and I want to highlight this next picture, which you're going to see kind of Jonah and Gina in that bottom corner. Oh, this isn't a pointer, but if you look, they're kind of enjoying themselves and showing their true character. But we're in this fight together. I joined the board of the CMTA in 2007. I can tell you everything we've accomplished in the last 8 years is nothing short of remarkable. But as far as we've come, we have so much more to do, and we want and we need all of your help to get to where we want to be. So when the current leadership took over the CMTA, we decided we needed to really refocus our energy on three main functions. One, to support the development of new drugs to treat CMT. Two, to improve the quality of life for those living with CMT by providing resources to the patient community. And three, increase awareness about CMT and ultimately find a cure, because our goal is a vision, which is a world without CMT. So let's talk for a few minutes about how we're doing. Let's talk first about raising awareness. Does everybody know what Tuesday is? September 1st, beginning of CMT Awareness Month. And all throughout the month, there are going to be fundraisers, events, bikes, swims, walks, and people are going to be wearing their blue CMT memorabilia and what have you, and painting their hair blue and dyeing their hair blue. And this is all important because part of our mission is to increase awareness. Last year, we had 18 state governors around the country issue proclamations declaring September to be CMT Awareness Month, and this year we're going to have many more than that. Frankly, 3 years ago, it was CMT Awareness Week, and we realized we just had so much more information to give to everybody, and frankly, it was incumbent upon us to provide all of you with more information. We needed more than a week of CMT awareness, and my wife and I have always told our daughter that she needs to be her biggest advocate. So really, I would encourage all of you that really every day should be CMT Awareness Day. Make your friends and your family and your work colleagues aware of your CMT. That's a big part of our story. Let's talk about increasing our services to the patient community. In 2007, when I joined the CMTA, we had 15 support and action groups around the country. So now we have 80, renamed as branches in 38 states, Canada, and Mexico. We have an advisory board that's chaired by co-chair and all-around great gal Elizabeth Ouellette. And what we've done with the advisory boards is we've assembled this terrific group of specialists, be it OTs, PTs, genetic counselors, psychologists, orthotists, and we really have them there to answer questions that are invariably going to come to us from all of you. These advisory board members are interacting more and more with our patient community via these webcasts now that we're doing and that we're archiving on our website. So if you can't be part of the webcast at the time of the website, at the time of the webcast, they're available on our website for you to engage with them at your convenience. We've also taken the centers of excellence from 3 up to 17. And we're continuing to add more and more of them. We're looking to add more of these type of events, these patient-family conferences, as a way to introduce the community, the local community, to their area specialists. You've gotten a sampling today, heard from specialists in all areas, and hopefully you leave today feeling armed with more contacts in your local area to help you deal with your CMT. And, okay, so these are more of the, sorry about that, I'm not so good with this pointer. The last thing, and the most important thing, while we're busy spreading awareness, and while we're busy providing more and more services to the patient community, there is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow for us, truly, and this is a treatment. We fundraise, and we fundraise hard. And it's not just to put on events like this, but it really is to drive a research product that is focused on delivering the first treatment for CMT. And here's Pat, along with Missy Warfield and Trish Dranchek down at the National Institute of Health. I can tell you, I'm 50 years old. I have one goal in life, and that's to help cure this disease for my little girl. There's only 8 full-time employees of the CMTA. So everybody on the board of directors either has the disease or their child has the disease. There's very little, if any, wasted energy on the board of the CMTA. Everybody on the staff is fully aware of our goal. You've heard today from researchers who've talked about the strides that the STAR program has made, the partnerships that we've forged with both the pharmaceutical and biotech industries, as well as the NIH, and and partnerships that we're going to continue to develop. Frankly, I like to think of the progress we've made a lot like a football team. When we started STAR, we were clearly operating at our own end zone, and over time we have moved the ball down the field. We are clearly nearing the goal line. And the good thing is we've done it all without deflated footballs. Look, I'm a Jersey guy. I heard from Dr. David in his presentation about the Mets. I knew I had to give a little dig. So seriously, now the heavy lifting begins, okay? As we've talked about, in the future there are going to be clinical trials, and that takes serious financial commitment. We need everybody to pull their weight in this battle because, like I said, other than the 8 full-time employees, everybody else is a volunteer. And we need everybody to become their own volunteer for the organization and pull their own weight. And we want to be able to all look in the mirror at the end of the day and leave a legacy and know that we've really changed the future for our kids and for their kids. Recently, I watched a video online on TED Talks that changed the way that I look at philanthropies. I'll leave some of my business cards out at the end of this, and if you want to email me, I'll forward you the link, but it has fundamentally changed the way that I look at charity. And it's approximately a 20-minute video it's a speech given by a philanthropist and an activist that talks about a lot of the misconceptions about charity and why so few health issues and social problems have been solved. I encourage you all to watch it. I've probably watched it 6 or 7 times and forced my wife to watch it a handful of times, and it really continues to influence the way that I want to try to think about helping lead this organization. I'm not going to go through the entire video, but the important point is this. Charities need money to grow, and we need to spend money to grow. We need to spend on education. We need to spend on building infrastructure. We need to spend on fundraising. That being said, the CMTA is a lean and mean organization, but understand this, we are looking to grow. Charities who simply look to limit their overhead are not looking to grow their pie and will not end up raising more funds for their cause. If we need to spend money, and a perfect example is a day like today, we're going to continue to do that. Quite simply, our revenues have grown faster than our expenses have. and the results are showing. 3 years ago, we were a 2-star rated charity by Charity Navigator, and I'm proud to say that now we have their highest ranking of a 4-star charity, and we're very proud of that. Thank you. So that's all well and good, but we do what we do not for the approval of a ratings agency. We, at least in my view, we want to think of ourselves as the Apple or Google of the philanthropy world, with truly big dreams and big visions. And those are the kind of things that we want to do. You've seen today what we're doing with 1A, but I can promise you in the future you're going to be hearing more about 2A, 1B, 2E, type 4, type X, and all the successes we're having in all of these other disease types as well. We've also recently updated the CMTA website, making it easier for you to navigate, find information, make donations. And so as I, again, messed up my timing on this thing, if I can leave you with one final thought, it's get off the bench, really. Don't wait for somebody else to do this. Be your own advocate. Join a branch or reach out to us about starting a branch. Do a fundraiser. Get involved. Raise awareness. We are truly trying to change the world, and please help us accomplish our mission and make our dreams come true. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming today, and I hope you leave here feeling empowered by what you've learned today. Thank you. And with that, thank you, everyone, for coming, and that's all.